In this more informal series, I'll provide my thoughts and opinions on the questions and comments you've posed on YouTube, Patreon, and Discord. So, let's get straight to it. The first question comes from Tiago in the YouTube comments, who asks about the work dynamic between cinematographers and colorists during the grade. So, cinematographers will often use custom LUTs when shooting, which the DITs will import onto the camera during the gear check, or testing before the shoot starts. This means that monitors on set will display an image with that specific look, or LUT, which will resemble the look which they hope to achieve in the final grade. This is useful as it gives the DP, director, and even the clients a good idea of what the final image will look like. These LUTs can be downloaded online as presets created by colorists, DITs, or the cinematographers themselves, and often come in .cube format. Sometimes DPs will also just use a standard Rec 709 LUT, which comes with the camera. Different people work differently, but when I shoot a project, I like to have a clear idea of what the look will be before I start shooting. Usually, this comes from talking with the director. When the project has been shot and the final grade takes place with a colorist, I like to always send through a document beforehand with a description of the look, along with references. I find it's better to have one reference to send to a colorist, be that a collection of still photography, a film stock, a movie, or a music video. Sending too many references may confuse the kind of exposure and color that you want, unless of course a project requires different looks for different scenes. The director, DP, and colorist will work to establish a look for the film early on in the grade, which will then be steadily applied to the entire project. Then I think it's important to trust the expertise of the colorist and let them work, allowing them to make suggestions and do what they do best. As we go, the DP or director will typically give guidance for specific shots, such as warm this up a little bit, add a power window here, or bring down the levels a bit. I think upcoming cinematographers should really educate themselves on grading with free software such as DaVinci Resolve. This allows you to be aware of the capabilities of the software and what you can achieve in the grade versus what you have to achieve on set. I think this, combined with clear, open communication and trusting the experience of the colorist, are crucial. The second question from YouTube asks, did you study filmmaking? How did you learn about the technical aspects of it? So I did study film, but I didn't actually go to a film school. When I left school, I knew I wanted to pursue filmmaking and was able to study a bachelor's degree, majoring in film, media, and English at the University of Cape Town. A lot of this course was more theory-based and not so focused on the technical side, although it did include production elements where we teamed up and made short films together. After university, I worked as a PA on a film set and made my way up to working as a second assistant camera. Being on set and practically working with the gear as a full-time job was where I gained the vast majority of my technical knowledge. Of course, I still have a lot to learn, which is one of the reasons I continue working on sets. I mainly work on commercials, which has trained me to work at a fast pace and to deal with many different technical setups. The next question from Patreon comes in two parts. The first part asks about the music videos that I've shot. Is every shot tightly controlled, or do you like to find the shot documentary style as you go? Or is it a mix of both? Before I work on a project, I like to always meet with the director and go over their vision for the music video. Usually, they'll have a treatment, which may include references and a specific list of scenes they want to achieve. Typically for music videos, we'll arrive at a location and then find the scene visually as we go, although sometimes the director may have specific shots that they have in mind. I'll be in constant communication with the director while shooting a scene, where I may suggest certain shots or they'll do the same. We'll also evaluate the scene and change our approach on the fly. For example, we may find certain scenes work better in wides, which we'll then prioritize. Sometimes we'll come up with a visual language beforehand, such as shooting a lot of scenes tighter, with a drifting focus, for example. So to answer your question simply, when I shoot, the shot selection is usually a mix of pre-planned shots and an adaptive approach. The second part of the question is, are there any crew roles you're worried are in danger of becoming obsolete because of technology? I would say no, but I think there are two sides to this question. On the industry side, or large-scale shoots for high-end commercials, films, or series, There's already a very established style of working. This style of working, which has become standardized over decades, relies on a large crew of specifically specialized technicians who each perform a unique and necessary role. This way of working ensures an ultimate level of visual and creative control, and could be compared to employees in a large company with different departments like PR, sales, human resources, and so on. For example, a lighting department may include a gaffer, a best boy, a Jenny operator, and a team of sparks, who all fulfill nuanced, different roles, which combine to achieve large-scale, fast, safe, and precise lighting setups. Due to the level of control and speed required on industry sets, I think that these established crew roles will remain. The other side to the question, however, is the low-budget side, for shoots with a handful of crew members, or even solo shooters. I think in this regard, the increasing technology has made it possible to create higher quality content far easier, and at a lower budget level than ever before. The technology has made it accessible for more people to shoot in this way, and there's now a broader market for content, such as corporate videos, social media content, wedding videos, etc. So I would say that technology is actually helping to expand the amount of work in the industry. Although the flip side is that the ease of access to low-budget filming has also made it a more competitive industry. And finally, someone on Discord asks, what are your methods for determining how to shoot a location that you can't visit beforehand? As a lot of my work is in documentaries where location recce's are a bit of a luxury, this often happens to me. Whenever possible, I'll try to get photos of the location from the director, the subject of the documentary, or even Google Maps, so that I at least have an idea of what I'll be dealing with. If this isn't possible, then you just have to be prepared to evaluate and adapt quickly on set. There are two main things I look for. First, the background, which I'd like to shoot against, and second, where the natural light sources are coming from. From there, I can work out which side of the room I'll favor for framing, where the best light falls naturally, and if I need to augment that light by blacking out a window, for example, or by placing a light or a practical in the shot. This is a great mental exercise for beginner shooters, which you can do anywhere without any lights or gear. Being able to conceptualize what an image will look like without setting up a camera or a light is a key skill in cinematography. This will help you to work more accurately and quickly. This has been another Q&A video. If you'd like a chance for your questions about filmmaking, cinematography, or the channel to be featured, please comment below or on Discord, and I'll try to get around to answering them in an upcoming video. As always, thanks for watching, and goodbye.